Hello, hey good friends. We're here for our next episode of Hang On, Hang In, Hey Good, and I'm excited that I have the Reed family with us today. So glad to have you.
Yeah, thanks,
So
Will.
Be here, Will.
Yeah, so David and Sarah and Elizabeth and Annie. So we're so glad to have you girls too. So the whole format is about this idea of hanging on, how you've been hanging on. How would you encourage other people to hang in, and what do you miss about Hey Good? So Reed family, how have y'all in the last few months have y'all been hanging on?
Some days it feels like by a thread, but no, truly we've been good. We have been really fortunate to have help from my parents who live in the neighborhood. So they have been at Haygood for a few of the big services, the Easter and the Christmas and all of that. So they've gotten to meet some of our Haygood family, but they live right in the neighborhood and have been just a huge help to us. Up until Haygood reopened, we had been seeing them and quarantining with them. It was a blessing for them getting so much time with the girls. They talked about all of that, and obviously a huge blessing for us. So that's a lot how we've gotten by with the help from family, and then some of our quarantine, which includes some of our Haygood family, and other kids. And now we're getting by much better now that Haygood has reopened and these girls are back in the school and all of that. So
yeah, it's good, great for the kids, and they've done a great job, I think, of keeping everybody feeling safe and
they have. We've got our masks. We only just took them off. It's like shocks me at these girls wearing their masks without any question. All of that. We should all be able to do it. So if they can do it.
Yeah, Whitney and her team have done a great job keeping everyone safe, keeping all the kids. They're so happy to be back. And I think having Sarah's parents help, having help from friends has been critical during this time. And I don't know what we would have done without the help of friends and family to get through this.
We've had a few I had someone ask me recently about kind of the Zoom calls and all of those things that are sort of taking over. And we've had a few areas in which there were groups we didn't connect with often. My extended family, which is about 30, some of us, every corner of the U.S., some friends from graduate school and things like that. And we didn't see each other often. We'd get together for trips once a year, maybe. And so we've been meeting some of us regularly over games of poker or Monopoly or just talks on Zoom. And so
trivia.
I've had a hard time replacing my in-person meetings with Zoom. It's just not the same. But even with my group at work, we've been doing a weekly happy hour call, which happens at noon for me because my team's in the UK, but we didn't used to do that. We never. So all of those places where I've been able to find areas where I didn't ordinarily meet with people have been helping us, I think, hang on and feel connected to groups it's like silver linings, right? People we didn't used to connect with it now that we've been able to. Yeah, and that's made up a little bit for all those people that we're really missing connecting with.
Trying to make the most of newfound time at home at nights, on the weekends, to reestablish some connections from the past and to connect with people we don't see as much. And I think one other way we've been hanging on is to try to get outside as much as we can through this. I think we've done a great job of finding ways to get the girls out of the house in a safe way. And
bike riding was a really good
option. You got something on your arm there. What's that?
Yeah, I've got a new accessory, a COVID accessory. Annie and I took a spill on the bicycle, Annie on the back of the tandem bike, and Daddy took the brunt of it, thank goodness. Annie got a scratch and I got a cast, and fortunately it's only 2 weeks and I'm out of this.
That's one of the biggest casts I've ever seen in my life.
It's really not the time of year in July that you want to be wearing a cast in Georgia.
No, not at all. Not at all. Oh my goodness. Well, how would you guys encourage other people to hang in at this point? We've been doing this for 4 months now. I mean, it's crazy. How would you encourage other people during this time?
Like I said, I think connecting with people that we didn't always connect with has been nice for me. So the Zoom has been hard to, the virtual meetings have been hard for me when you're substituting it for something, because it makes me yearn for it and miss it a little bit more. So for me personally, what's been nice is those new connections that we've made. So that's one thing I would encourage. I think that's been great. The outdoors, as David said, have been really great for us.
Yeah.
Hiking, canoeing, whatever it is that we can find. And then just asking for help when we need it. I know everyone has different size quarantines, but establishing whatever everyone is comfortable with and then really leaning on those people.
Right.
Because we all need people. So
Do y'all have any trails that y'all been to, like to hike and stuff or ride bikes?
Our favorite bike trail was always kind of the Beltline areas, but in the path. Stone Mountain, we've done a few hikes out there, but they do get a little bit crowded. But some of the others that we've done have been a little bit more outside of Atlanta.
Around Kennesaw, we did a hike around Kennesaw.
Yeah.
We had an unsuccessful effort in another trail in town that was very crowded and we nixed. And then just in the North Georgia mountains, we've been able to get out on a few hiking trails.
Absolutely.
And beat the weather a little bit.
Yeah, we've been doing the same. It's just nice to get out and just get a change of scenery. You know?
It really is.
Oh my goodness.
It's kind of a marathon, I think, now. We originally, it seemed like it might be a 2 or 3 week or a month long disruption. And now it's very clear that it's going to be something we're having to adjust to a new normal, really, and not a return to normal. So
this is it, right?
So I think figuring out what that looks like and trying to find the help you need.
Right. So this is something everybody's thinking about right now, especially needing encouragement. Schools is coming fall. How are y'all doing? The news broke on Saturday that APS
Friday night at 10 p.m. Friday night at 10 p.m. I had a lot of dreams about it.
Yes. We were all kind of a gut punch, but I totally understand it. It's just really hard to figure out, what to do with virtual learning and school. So how have y'all been coping in the midst of that? I mean,
a lot of talking,
brainstorming. It feels nice to live in a community where people came together so quickly with ideas. I mean, with companies popping up around developing pods, and the Hut already kind of offering extra things they can do, the Haygood Hut. So, I am like a list maker and then I can breathe. So the way we've dealt with it is I've got all of my tiers of options. Oh, let's get one. And then now it feels like a bit of a waiting game. Oh, thank you.
What is that? What is that? Is that a fan?
Ladybug.
A ladybug
fan. Oh my goodness.
Talking with Annie just a little bit about it, but I'll say that I've realized the resilience of kids, especially because this is the beginning for Annie. We don't have anything that she expected. We had pictures in our minds, but as incoming kindergarten parents, we've learned that talking about new backpacks is just as special, even if we're virtual learning. Having donuts for breakfast, is just as special if we're realizing some of those things, and having a lot of options.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what do y'all miss about Haygood? We're not able to gather, in the church for worship and stuff. But I'm looking at your cast and I'm seeing SPR. I'm thinking staff parish relations. You really miss Haygood here.
It also could be Sarah Pheasant Reed.
Oh yeah, that too.
Not drawn by her, drawn by our artist here at Haygood, Ainsley, Santa Barbara.
I love it.
I think I miss most of all the people, obviously. It's been great to virtually connect with people on Zoom calls before services, virtually during services, during other committee meetings. But it's not the same as being in person. And even when you're in person and wearing a mask, you can't see the smiles. And I think that's what I miss most of all.
Yeah, me too. It's been a good reminder that as pretty as this building is, it's just a building. It's the people we miss. Yeah.
I said to Wally when we were walking up, I said, it's a Wednesday. And almost every Wednesday, I just think Wednesday night supper, because we just had the nicest routine of the girls and in choir and then going to, be together for Wednesday night supper. And there's not much I miss as much as that. Elizabeth would say the orange slide. It's her number one thing. And I think probably the chocolate chip cookies and brownies. But it's just the people, right? It's the camaraderie at Wednesday night supper and just being together, the kids running up and down the ramp, and the same thing, kind of the plaza after worship on Sunday. But it's good to know that some of those things, hopefully, if things settle down a little bit, some of those things we might be able to find outdoor spaces to do and all of that, right? Those creative, I know you guys are being creative.
Yeah, we're looking at doing like Wednesday night to go, just taking your meals to go,
and
nothing else.
It is meeting here at the building and seeing people. It's great to have those creative options. This time last year we were doing summer cookouts, and I think back to where we were a year ago and seeing, just remembering kind of those fun events.
Those cookouts are burning hot.
They are.
It's like
maybe back here for cookouts from now on. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for being a part of this today. We missed you guys. Can't wait to gather in person at some point again. Any last final words for the Haygood community?
Just thank you to you and the Haygood staff for continuing to reach out to us and keep us updated on things and make us still feel like a community as much as you have, and we miss you all and can't wait to see you.
That's right.
Agreed. I think we all just make the most of it and persevere and try to find ways to come out of this better than ever.
Absolutely. Thank you, Reed. It's good to see y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks,
That's our last installment, our latest installment of Hang On, Hang In, Haygood.